You've picked them, now we pick them. Welcome to the Press Row, the Picks Contest. Barry Trammell, along with sports editor Mike Sherman, sitting in for Jenny Carlson. Press Row is brought to you by Cox High-Speed Internet. Let's get right to the games to look at. We got the big shootout in Norman, Ball State of the mighty Mid-American Conference against the Sooners. Boss, who do you have?
This is a tough one. As you can see in the picks in the Oklahoman, I have a tough time with all of them. I'm going with the Sooners. And I'm going with the Sooners to cover. I like the Sooners, a good get-well game after this tragedy of a game against Missouri. They won the game, didn't they, Barry? I think the Sooners get well in a hurry against Ball State.
Yeah, Ball State's not all that fired up that Bob Stoops and the fan base and everybody else is upset with the football team. I think Ball State going to be a little bit a victim of taking it out on a lower level type team. And the Cardinals actually played pretty well. They're not a terrible team, but they're going to get rolled by the Sooners. All right, next game on our list, we've got Alabama at Florida, a battle of unbeatens.
Roll Tide, Barry. I'm going with the Tide. I'm not all that wild. I'm not buying into the Will Muschamp Gators. I just don't see the same energy, the same enthusiasm, the same offense as they had when Urban Meyer was playing and coaching, when he was coaching them. I'm not seeing that yet. I like the Tide. I think they're a national title contender, and Florida's not. That's who I'm picking.
I think we got the chance for an upset. Gainesville is going to be going crazy. The Swamp's a tough place to play. I like what Charlie Weiss is doing with this Florida offense. He's using John Brantley the way you should use him. I like Will Muschamp as a head coaching candidate. I don't know if they can beat Alabama, but I think it's possible. I'm picking the upset. I'm going to go with the Gators to knock off Alabama. Let's move on to Texas A&M and Arkansas, a good old-fashioned SEC showdown.
Here we go. This is just what A&M wanted, and this is just what A&M is going to get. I'm going with Arkansas, Barry, and the reason is I think the loss to OSU leaves a mark. Arkansas likes to throw it around a bit. OSU showed you can do that against A&M. Also, I'm just really wondering about that A&M defense. And I'm also wondering about A&M's commitment to run. They really didn't show it against Oklahoma State. I'm going with Arkansas.
The thing that sort of quizzes me about this game is, will they continue to play in Arlington, Texas, now that they're going to be in the same conference? What if they want to play this home and home? And if so, I wonder if Oklahoma State would be interested in hooking up with A&M, playing a series at Jerry World in Arlington, Oklahoma State, A&M. It was a mutual admiration society last week, and even in College Station, the two programs talking about how much they're going to miss each other. Maybe that can happen. If you're asking me who's going to win, I think Texas A&M is going to win, but getting right down to it, A&M's in OSU's rearview mirror, one game left with OU, then I don't really care what they do. They've left this ship. All right, let's go on to the next game. Clemson at Virginia Tech, a battle of ACC unbeatens.
You're getting me all excited. I'm from ACC land, and some ACC teams are standing up and playing some ball. Clemson, I would want to pick Clemson, but against better judgment, I'm going against Virginia Tech. I just think Frank Beamer's team is the kind of reality check that up-and-coming teams like Clemson frequently get. Frank Beamer can coach all sides of the ball. He'll have some surprises. He'll definitely win the special team side of things. I'm going with the Hokies.
Put this game in Clemson, and I think it would be interesting. Put this game in Blacksburg, Dabo Swinney against Frank Beamer. Are you kidding me? That's a coaching mismatch. Frank Beamer is one of the sharpest guys in college football. Dabo Swinney is a guy that just fell into a job he didn't deserve. He's lived on the edge a couple of weeks with Florida State and Auburn. I think Virginia Tech wins. I think Virginia Tech wins pretty easy. All right, we got Nebraska at Wisconsin and the battle of the Big Reds. You won't be able to tell the teams apart in the stands. Everybody's wearing red. Frankly, you might not be able to tell them apart on the field. A couple of battering ram type of teams.
This is what you want in Nebraska. This is what you get. I'm going with the team that named its football stadium after a campground. Camp Randall. I love Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin basically has got to win this game and win decidedly to show everybody, hey, there's a national title contender in the Big Ten, and we're it.
Fabulous game. I think the Rose Bowl's decided right here. I think the winner of this game is going to Pasadena, maybe go to the Big Bowl. I think Wisconsin wins. I think the Badgers are going to be better in the line. I'm still not sold on Nebraska. Frankly, the Huskers have struggled a little bit. Taylor Martinez is one of those scat-back running type quarterbacks. I don't know if the Big Ten has seen much of that. I'm anxious to see how a big lumbering team like Wisconsin handles that. I think they'll handle it pretty well. I think Wisconsin is going to either the Rose Bowl or the Big Bowl. I think the Huskers could still land, though, in the Fiesta Bowl against the Sooners or the Cowboys. How about that for a bowl game matchup? So that's it on You Pick 'em, We Pick 'em. So join us next week. We'll pick some more games. This has been the Press Row. Stay tuned for further college football coverage every day in the Oklahoman and here on News OK. And remember, the Press Row is sponsored by Cox High-Speed Internet.